Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'd like to call this meeting to order at this time. Once again, I would like to say welcome each and every one of you all, council, as well as the ones in the gallery, and also those who are vividly looking at us on YouTube. I'd like to welcome you once again. Today is Monday, August the 11th, 2025. We are here at the Mary Jo Haywood, Honorable Mary Jo Haywood's Council Chamber, and we are here to have our council meeting for tonight. At this time, we'll ask Madam Clerk to please do a roll call.
Councilmember Green. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Burley.
Here.
Councilman Morgan.
Here.
Councilman Dawes. Councilman Maple.
Here.
Councilman Bond.
Here. Thank you, Council. At this time, we're going to go ahead and open with a word of prayer. We're going to ask Reverend Ananiah Hopkins to please come and give us invocation at this time. If you can, let's make sure that the light is on.
Father, eternal and everlasting God, we come thanking thee first for this day. We thank you, O God, because you are a good God, merciful God. And we pray, O Lord, that thou will continue to shower us with your blessings, your presence, and your state of mind, that we can love ye one another as you have loved us. And that everyone, the Father, that sit in these seats and make decisions that affect the lives of each and every member of this community, that we be reminded, the Father, that these are your children, and that you, O God, you are still watching over them. So let the things that we do in here represent love and peace and harmony for our community. Let us not be here because we are lifting ourselves or exalting ourselves, but let us come in humble submission to your will and your way. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Reverend. Please stand for pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Thank you once again, Reverend Hopkins, for that prayer, and also council for that pledge of allegiance as well. We're going to move right along on our agenda for tonight. If you have already, I hope each one of you councilmen have looked at the agenda. I'd like to give an approval of the agenda for tonight. Motion to approve.
Second.
All right. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed, same sign. All right. That motion has been carried. Also, we're moving right along on item number 4, the approval of the minutes. We have, first of all, we have our work session, which was June the 2nd, 2025. Could we get an approval of those minutes? Motion to approve. Second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? All those opposed? Same sign. Right. Motion has been carried. All right, our call meeting, which was July the 3rd, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second. Any discussions? Hearing none. All those in favor? All those opposed? Same sign. That motion has been approved as well. Also, our council meeting for July the 21st, 2025.
Motion to approve. Second.
Any discussion?
I think that's the one that, and it's probably not a big deal, but there was a note that the list would be attached and it wasn't.
Yes, so what?
Sign-in sheet.
Oh, we'll be when I put them on a post.
Okay, I knew it wasn't, probably wasn't a big deal, I just wanted to.
Okay, all right. No other discussion? All those approving, we did?
Yes.
All right. Those opposed? All right, motion carries there. Thank you all, council, for that. All right, we're moving right along now to our speaker appearance for tonight, and we have Mrs. Julie Tucker. At this time, you can approach the podium. As you come, please state your name and your address. And you can-
Julie Tucker, District 2, 178 Court Drive. At last month's city council meeting, the attorney online equated Mayor Kevin Owens' suspension to that of a student being suspended from school. The problem with that analogy is a suspended student doesn't get to tell the principal how to run the school. Mayor Kevin Owens solicited this firm, cast the deciding vote to hire this firm. This firm helped Mayor Kevin Owens set up a URA for private citizen Kevin Owens to continue to run the city during his lawful suspension, which he knew was coming, and cast the deciding vote to move $1 million to the URA, which I believe should have been unethical. The URA usurps and undermines the authority of the whole council. My question is, does Denmark Ashby work for the city of Camilla, or do they work for private citizen Kevin Owens? The city budgeted $125,000 for legal fees for this fiscal year. With only 2 months remaining, legal fees have already exceeded $182,000. Well, let's talk about the URA. Private citizen Kevin Owens stated the URA owns the Scores restaurant. Over $700,000 of somebody's money has been spent on Scores restaurant. The building is beautiful and it's a great concept, but the building is sitting empty. So we have an empty Scores. The gym, if memory serves me, Mayor Kevin Owens said about the old gym, it was built like a tank. But then he decided it needed to be torn down anyway. I wholeheartedly agree that the old gym needed many renovations. But instead of being fiscally responsible and spending $2 million or so to renovate the old gym, the city is spending $5.162 million, and that doesn't include any change orders or new furnishings or the demolition of the old building. There's a growing list of projects where money was or is being spent. First from ARPA money, and that will end the end of the fiscal year next year. That's been saying that some of those projects will be a budgeted line item for the next fiscal year. And my question is, when the coffers are empty or low, what then? Thank you.
All right, thank you for your concerns and your input there. All right, any other speaker appearances at this time?
Good evening, council. Good evening. There is a lot I would love to respond to, but only got 3 minutes, so I'll get to my prepared notes. So, council, looking at the agenda for tonight, I'm both excited and concerned. I'm excited because history can be made tonight. A culmination of nearly $10 million invested in District 2 in the last 3 years, when you count the new resource center and the new gym. That's the excitement. And with all due respect, the concern is that not one District 2 council member voted for the funding of these 2 new buildings, the resource center and the new gym. And in fairness to Councilmember Green, she wasn't on the council at that time when those votes were taken. But as a District 2 citizen, council, I hope that you can convince council members Palmer and Vereen tonight to finally vote yes to approve these this historic building, that being the gym. Council is often forgotten that it was the Camilla URA that started the bond process for this new gym. Not a single District 2 council member voted to create the URA. But luckily, 4 votes on this council did. Council, I hope that Councilman Palmer can finally see why package stores in Camilla are economically important As you recall, Councilman Palmer voted against the referendum that created package stores, where 70% or nearly 70% of the citizens of this city voted to have package stores in this city. You now have two buildings that were once empty, now occupied by these two businesses. You have one property owner that modified their property to fit the third. What that means for this city is additional taxes sold at these locations, and obviously we've gotten 3 buildings back on the tax rolls. This is one of the reasons why you don't have to raise taxes or utility rates going forward. This is how you supplement bringing additional resources into the city. And I'll also mention, Council, that when you consider the reduction of government of this city over the last 3 years, roughly approaching $600,000 in reductions just in the last 3 years. That's about 60% of what it would take for the property taxes that are being paid here in the city. And we did that without having to raise a single penny in taxes or new utility rates. That's how you create new revenue for the city. So council, with that, thank you, and I am sure that the record is crystal clear on the effectiveness of our URA and what it has brought to the city. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Is there any other speaker appearance at this time? All right. Hearing none, we're going to move right along on the agenda for tonight. We're going to go down to item number 6, and this will be our public hearing, which will be the annexation of zoning requests by the Mitchell County Board of Commissions. And the Mitchell County Board of Commissions have requested that 2 parcels of the land unincorporated area in Mitchell County be annexed into the city. The first parcel, which is identified as 5201 Highway 19 South, map parcel number 81/23, contains 4 acres, and the request of zoning is C3, which is highway commercial. Application proposed to use the property for the courthouse annex, which will allow for a C3 zoning district. The second parcel of land is identified as 4767 Highway 37 East. Map parcel 80/24 contains 81.06 acres, and the request zoning is AG, which is agricultural. Application proposed to use the property to construct the courthouse, and the city's zoning ordinance allow for the governmental building in AG zoning district. Now, at this time, I would like to open the public hearing. And in opening this public hearing, we would like to have receive comments from anyone that may be concerned with this. At this time, the public hearing is open.
Mr. Representative,
Yes, go ahead.
I would just recommend that you take a vote to open the floor for public hearing, and then you can start the public hearing at that point.
Okay, thank you, Madam Attorney. At this time, could we get a motion to open our public hearing? Second. All right. It has been motioned and second. All those in favor? All those opposed at the same sign. Motion has been passed, and now at this time, the public hearing is open. Mr. Rice.
Mayor Pro Tem, Council, thank y'all for allowing me to be here tonight to speak again. The county has looked at the old courthouse downtown to see if there's any way we could renovate it to meet the needs of having a 3rd Superior Court judge. And after looking at the weight-bearing walls in there was no way that we could do that. That is landlocked area down there, nowhere for us to expand. And so what we're doing is looking at trying to annex this property into the corporate city limits, because by state law, we have to be within inside corporate city limits to have a courthouse. We're wanting to move out there so we can build everything on a single level. We don't want to have a multi-level building. We want to keep it where it's easy accessible to everyone. And the plan is to try and build something that's going to last us 30 years. You know, we talked about it. We've got RFQ out already. And, you know, if they're telling us we need to pull 2 Cat 5s, we pull them forward. We're going to try and make sure that we've got it to where we can move forward with it in the future. And the other request for what is currently the governmental complex out here, the 4 acres that you mentioned, that is a courthouse annex. And so we are in the situation where if we had to have a court out there, we could use the chambers that we currently use as the commission chambers. It was designed for us to be able to have court in there, so we just want to make sure we were fulfilling the law there as well. So that's the reason for the request. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Any citizens in the gallery have any comments they would like to make pertaining to this hearing?
There's none from the public, right?
Yes,
It's for Mr. Rice in general, just on other available land options, were there any other places viewed within the city limits?
Councilman Morgan, we looked at several different locations, and just the size of the lands that were available that would allow us to build the structure and have parking was what, but we looked at some property on 19. We actually looked some down next to the Mexican restaurant, looked at several different parcels, and we just couldn't find anything. We looked long and hard because it would have been just as easy to keep it in the city limits if we could have found something. So, but we did look.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Pollock? Okay, go ahead.
A couple of questions. My name is Jimmy Jones, 161 Bainbridge Road, here at Pinocchio. This new courthouse is a great idea. What's going to happen to the old one? Who's going to be responsible for maintaining it? The city. Who's going to pay this bill? The taxpayer. Is there anything that the county is going to give us to offset our responsibilities in that area? Number two, when is this construction going to begin, and when is the estimated time of completion? These are just a couple of little things. This granite over here, we're going to just tear it down and sell it off in slabs or countertops, or what are we going to do? There's a lot of questions in my mind. It's great in theory, yeah, we're abiding by the law, we've got to have a courthouse in city limits. But, so these are just a couple of questions I have for the council to consider.
If I might answer your questions, at the last, maybe it was the last meeting, may have been before, but they did address, I know your question about what happens to the old courthouse. They do have a plan for it. It will not be torn down, and the county is going to still maintain it. They have some plans to renovate the downstairs, and they may move some extra offices in there. So it really will not be a burden of expense on the city. The county is still gonna maintain the current courthouse.
So all that stuff on Court Street's gonna go in the courthouse.
Excuse me?
All these little offices down here, the magistrate.
I think they're gonna stay where they are. Those offices are, but again, the courthouse will remain the structure that it is. And so that, I do know that was addressed. And your second question, I'm sorry.
Well, since that was an Alzheimer's moment, I don't remember.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I know that both Mr. Rice and Mr. Permit are both.
Date of completion, date of construction.
Okay, I'm sorry. That one I don't know.
Okay, Shannon can address that too. Because we're gonna be in limbo under construction for a year, 2 years, moving in and out of this building until that court's ready.
And there was another, a lot of times when they have court, there's they were about safety from transport of some of the people, and with the offices and everything being out there, it's just a wall instead of
I understand the prisoners can walk from there to there, type situation.
I think that was another plus. And there
Well,
was,
you said transport, but okay, what about parking out there? Is there gonna be enough parking? You said 281 acres, but that's a field. That's not a parking lot.
that was one of the things that he just talked about, that was gonna be
I'm
better.
just bringing some comments up here because it's a lot of money.
I'm sorry, I can't answer about when it's gonna start, but I do know that, like I said, they do have some plans for the current one.
Plans are great, but, you know, in actuality, it's a different thing. And how many times have we heard that, oh, this is gonna start again, and it doesn't. You know, the citizens of the city of Camilla, they need a little, firmness in some of these situations, instead of just conjecture, oh, we're gonna build a new court, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And then, you know, it's, we red tape before anything happens. We're all aware of what my comments are about all that kind of stuff too. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments, Mr. Paulo?
Good afternoon, council.
Go ahead.
Council, Mayor Pro Tem, city managers, in the Ventura Apollo, 70 Darwood Street, Camilla, Georgia. Just in reference to this, I'll just definitely give my support. I think it's long overdue. And given the history of the current Camilla Courthouse, I think it will be more welcoming to others, perhaps that may look like me, given the history of the Camilla Courthouse. I think it's well overdue. I think it added plus as far as the safety wise and some of the other concerns that have been raised. I think that's when, as for as city leaders, that we become visionaries and that we do what we need to do, and they vote the right people in places and let them be in their places, take their rightful places. We won't have to worry about some of the things that is being addressed as what is going to happen here, why this is going to happen, and that, and so on. However, there is a county government as well as the city government, and some of the questions being raised, I think they are fulfilling for the county government to answer. But hopefully that the city and county government can work together and get the intergovernment agreements done and so forth. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments? Hearing none. Council, at this time, I'd like to get a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? Now, at this time, we are closing our public hearing. All right, moving right along on our agenda for tonight, we're going to move down to item number 7, which is our action item. And we're going to ascertain letter A, which is ordinance number 2025-08-11-3, 5201 Highway 19, 4 acres. The council conducted the public hearing to receive citizens' comment for the property located on 5201 Highway 19 South, map parcel, which is 81/23, to be annexed into the corporate limit of Camilla. The Mitchell County Board of Commissions submitted the annexation request, and the purpose used for the property is a courthouse annex. The council recommend the property be annexed into the corporate limit and authorize the mayor pro tem to execute the ordinance number 2025-08-11-3 to annex the said land as request, waiving the second reading. Could I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion at this time? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, this will be a roll call vote.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burley,
Yes.
Councilman Morgan,
Yes.
Councilman Maples,
Yes.
Councilman Palmer,
Yes.
All right. Motion has passed. Thank you. Moving right along to item B, ordinance number 2025-08-11-4, 08-11-4, 4767 Highway 37 East, 281.0 acres. The council has conducted a public hearing to receive citizens' comment for the property located at 4767 Highway 37 East, map parcel 8024, to be annexed into the corporate limit of Camilla. The Mitchell County Board of Commissions submitted the annexation request, and purpose used for the property is for the courthouse. The council recommends the property be annexed into the corporate limit and authorize the mayor pro tem to execute ordinance number 2025-08-11-4 to annex the said land as request, waiving the second reading. Could I get a motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Madam Clerk, we'd like to do a roll call vote on this as well.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bartley,
Yes.
Councilman Morgan,
Yes.
Councilman Maples,
Yes.
Councilman Palmer,
Yes.
All right. Motion passed. Thank you, council. Moving now to item C, ordinance number 2025-08-11-1, 5201 Highway 19 South, 4.0 acres. The council conducted a public hearing and received citizens' comment for the property located at 5201 Highway 19 South, map parcel 81/23, to be zoned as C3 Highway Commercial. The Mitchell County Board of Commissions submitted the request to the property, to use the property as a courthouse annex. The council recommend that the property be zoned as C3 and authorize the mayor pro tem to execute ordinance number 2025-08-11-1 to zone the map amendment of the said property as request, waiving the second reading. Could I entertain a motion for that?
Motion to approve. Second.
All right. Any discussion on that?
I just would like to add that the zoning board met and approved this.
Yes, they did. Thank you. All right. Hearing no more discussion at this time, Madam Clerk, we'd like to do a roll call vote on this as well.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bartley,
Yes.
Councilman Morgan,
Yes.
Councilman Maples,
Yes.
Councilman Palmer,
Yes.
All right, motion has passed. Thank you once again, council. Moving now right into D, ordinance number 2025-08-11-2, 4767 Highway 37 East, 281.06 acres. The council conducted a public hearing to receive citizens' comment for the property located at 4767 Highway 37, map parcel 8024, to be zoned as AG Agricultural District. The Mitchell County Board of Commissions submitted the request to use the property for a courthouse. The council recommend the property be zoned as agricultural and authorize the mayor pro tem to execute the ordinance number 2025-08-11-2 to zone the map amendment to said property as request and waiver the second reading. Can I ascertain the motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
All right. Any discussion?
And again, we are acting on the recommendations
Of
of
the
the
zoning.
zoning board who approved this.
Thank you. All right. Any other discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, we'd like to get a roll call vote on this as well.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bartley,
Yes.
Councilman Morgan,
Yes.
Councilman Maples,
Yes.
Councilman Palmer.
Yes.
All right. Motion has been carried. Thank you once again, council. Moving now into E, action item E, gymnasium award bid. The council received bids last week on July the 25th, 2025 for the new gymnasium project, and there were 6 bids received. And SC Barker Construction Company out of Valdosta, Georgia was the lowest bidder with a grand total amount of $5,162,000. York and Associate recommend the project to be awarded to SC Baker Construction Company. Could I ascertain a motion for that?
Motion to approve.
Okay, any discussion now at this time?
Yes, I'd like to, add to that, motion that the construction money, the 5.162 million, be set aside in a construction account designated for the construction and paying of this building. And the monthly drawdowns be reported to the council.
Would you like to ascertain that as a motion?
I would add that to that motion.
That'd be a substitute motion for the original motion.
We can, if the gentleman won't agree to add it, I will make a substitute.
So the floor is open for you if you want to make that motion.
I will make that motion.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on that motion? All those in favor, well, first of all, Madam Clerk, we'll do a roll call vote on that as well.
So let me make sure I got the substitute motion correct.
The substitute, go ahead.
So we're gonna take the 5.162 million, set it aside in a construction account. And you said monthly drawdowns, but drawdowns will be presented to the council.
Whenever the drawdowns are typically periodic based on the amount of work they do. So just when, if there have been some monthly, then report, if not, then.
So you're just looking for the report, you're not actually approving the drawdown, you're just seeing what has.
I'm seeing what I want, I think the council and the citizens want to see what has been drawn down and what it was for.
Okay, so that will be a monthly drawdown submitted to council. Good, then.
Yep, that's basically.
Okay, state that motion again.
So the 5.162 million will be set aside in a construction account, and I will give a monthly drawdown report to the council of the activity that's occurred in the.
That is, on that count.
Okay, that motion has been, motion and second, but before we do that, Madam Attorney, she had something to say.
I was just trying to understand the clarity. Is the council member asking for the money to be moved to, like a separate fund or just remain in the, I don't know if the money's being spent out of the general fund and just put in another account that will not have money in it already? Is that the ask?
My point is a separate fund.
You want to separate it into a separate fund, you're saying?
That's correct.
And the money right now is already in the.
Where's the money sitting right now?
One, yeah, Georgia 1 right now.
I didn't have time to go and look and see if it's set aside in a separate account, I can do that in the morning.
Okay, but
It
the
may already
city,
be, it could potentially already be,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure it probably is.
okay, so the city has a fund, it's not in the city's general fund, okay, or any type of SPOS or any type of fund, okay. I just was wondering if he was asking for the money to be moved, maybe from, department to department or fund to fund, but, I just wanted some clarity on that. And I'm also trying to visualize how that will look.
I had an additional inquiry to that point, to the council members. Ms. Ford, do you mind just explaining what your current process would have been? Your current process, you and the finance team, what it would have been for this allocation, because as it was just stated, it's already in the designated account specifically for you?
Well, I've got to get my login information for Georgia One, because I never logged in before, but I feel pretty confident that when we set those accounts up, that bond money went and was separated from all other money.
Right.
So it is bond money, we have to, Yeah.
Right, so what's been asked for is already done.
Basically, but I need to confirm that, I just gotta get my life straight.
Thank you.
Now, this would be the total amount, now, the bond issue was not quite that total amount, right?
I think Vaughn's 5.1. 5.1. Plus interest, I'll have to get logged in to get all that.
Okay, at this time, the discussion is over. No more discussion on that. It has been motion and second, to set aside,
A separate.
have a separate construction account on the existing 5.162 mil and or drawdown of what construction look like. Okay. We're gonna do a roll call vote on this as well.
Now, will this also include the awarding of the bid? Or we're gonna do that separately?
Well, this was a separate motion, it had nothing to do with
Okay,
awarding the
gotcha.
bid.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burley,
No?
Councilman Morgan,
No.
Councilman Maples,
No.
Councilman Palmer,
Yes.
Okay. Motion failed. We're gonna go back to our original motion. And motion is for the council to review the bid received on July the 21st, 2025 for the new gymnasium project. 6 bids were received, and S.C. Barker Construction Company out of Valdosta, Georgia, was the lowest bidder with the grand bid amount of 5.12 million. York and Associate recommend the project to be awarded to S.C. Baker Construction Company. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Any discussion again? All right, hearing none, we're gonna do a roll call vote on this as well.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burley,
Yes.
Councilman Morgan,
Yes.
Councilman Maples,
Yes.
Councilman Palmer.
No.
Motion has been approved, and thank you, council, for that. All right, moving right along on the agenda for tonight, item F is transportation special local option sale tax, which is the T-Splosh intergovernment agreement. The members of the council have attended the meetings to discuss the upcoming referendum for the levy of a single county T-Splosh not to exceed 1% for the transportation purpose for the use and benefit of the county and qualified municipalities within the county. On November the 4th, 2025, all voting precincts in the county will submit to the voters for approval. The questions are whether or not the 1% T-Splosh shall be imposed on all tax and used with the special district of Mitchell County for the period of 6 years, commencing on the first day of April 2026. Subject to the approval of the referendum, the city of Camilla has identified the following T-Splosh funding. And we're just going to go over these projects that we have within the city limits here. We have bridges and cultivars, which is $312,105. We have construction, paving, resurfacing, and drainage, which is $2 million set aside. We have sidewalk construction and maintenance, which is $200,000. We have public transportation, which is $500,000. We have pedestrian and bicycle improvement, which is $300,000. And we have intersection and traffic lighting upgrades, which is $200,000. And also we have airport construction and renovation, which is a total of $600,000. The council recommends to approve and execute the 2025 T-Splosh referendum with the intergovernment agreement and authorize the mayor pro tem to execute that. Could I ask the second motion there?
Motion to approve.
All right, any discussion? And we know, just last week, we had a meeting and we had the majority of our council that was there in attendance to, this meeting here, so. All right, hearing no discussion, at this time, Madam Clerk, we'll have a roll call vote on this as well.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burley,
Yes.
Councilman Morgan,
Yes.
Councilman Maples,
Yes.
Councilman Palmer.
Yes.
All right, motion has been approved, thank you, council, and we can move forward on that. Okay, this brings us down to our last, item, G, and it is the, packing store license, extension for buildings for remodeling and renovation. The council discussed on last week, at our work section to, extend the, frame for the packing store license to be completed for renovation and for their packing stores. The current extension now that we have in place will expire on August the 27th, 2025. And after Mrs. Ford and Mrs. Tegler has been speaking with the license holders that obtained these licenses, we had two of our buildings, which is 9 West Oakland Avenue, which is the Snipes building. They are approximately around about 80% finished with their completion. And also 129 Highway 19, the Overland Dixie location. They say it's about 40%, but I went out there, it looked more so about 80% as well. So these two locations have identified, indicated that they will have their building ready for the certificate of occupancy by the state by no later than September or early October. But we do have one business, which is 48 Highway 19 South, and that is next door to McDonald's. They indicated that they have a lot of work to be done. And they have really put a lot of money in that building out there. So my recommendation for this council on last week was to extend that to 120 days, but not to exceed 6 months. And our 6 month will fall upon February 28th, 2026. If they come before then, but anything after that, we will not be addressing this again. But we want to be fair and give them the opportunity to.
Do they think they can be done by February?
They're gonna try. They're gonna try hard. The one next door to McDonald's.
Right.
They are the only one that gonna need a little more time. The other two, they'll possibly be in for the year's over. Okay. Any discussion? Any input?
Rather than going twice, well, I think we'll perhaps should just go with the 180 days, instead of a time frame. Just a suggestion.
Yeah. Any more discussion? Hearing none, we'd like to ascertain a motion to extend the license holders to obtain or get their buildings into place within the next 180 days, which would possibly fall on February 28th. We're going to get that a deadline, February 28th, 2026. Can I get a motion for that?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any other discussions? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, will do a roll call on this as well.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burley,
Yes.
Councilman Morgan,
Yes.
Councilman Maples,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
That motion has passed. Thank you, council, for your input and your discussion as well on our action items. Now, let's bring us down to item number 8, and we're going to listen to our city manager.
All everything.
All right, look, Mike, go ahead.
Thank you. Last week we talked about road improvements. They're underway. They've been working last week, this week. They'll be moving to the cemetery soon. Hopefully next work session we'll have an update and hopefully completion on phase 2. So we'll see. But
I have a question. Do we know how close we are on those drainage studies? Do we have any idea? Would you perhaps just maybe, okay, thank you. If we could just maybe get an update on that. I know it's been, he said 3 to 6 months and it's been about 3. So,
All right, move right along now. On, next item here is item number 9 and other announcements. Councilwoman Vereen, do you have anything?
I missed the bow time memo. I'll try to do better next time. Y'all look very nice.
Thank you. Councilman Morgan? No, sir. Councilman Maples? Councilman Palmer? Okay. All right. Hearing none from our council, once again, I'd like to say thank you to the wonderful audience that is with us tonight. Thank you to the ones that are watching us on live stream. At this time, this now will conclude our council meeting for this month. I'd like to give a motion to adjourn our meeting.
motion to adjourn.
Meeting has been adjourned. Thank you all. Thank you, Madam Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Representative.
Thank you.